In this video, I'm going to show you about Go High Level brand boards. Now, this is a recently introduced amazing feature that I have been asking Go High Level for, and guess what? We have it live now. And in this video, I'm going to show you how exactly you can create brand boards, how you can enable brand boards, create brand boards, and then basically implement them in your website builder, funnel builder, and even your email template builder, all from scratch. So that make sure you watch the video till the end because this is going to be very, very interesting. Apart from that, I'm also going to link this Go High Level official support link so that you can always go through it in case you want to go through the official document. I hope that you know about me, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Pritam. I run a Go High Level funnel and website design agency. We build marketing funnels for you, and this is exactly why I'm going to show you how to also create these brand boards, which are going to help you create your funnels better, faster, and easier. Let's get started. Before we even get started creating our brand boards, the first thing we have to do is enable it in case you're watching this video in 5 days of uploading it. The reason being that after 5 days, it will be automatically enabled, so you don't have to worry about it. But for others, let me just show it to you just in case you can't find that option. So first things first, what you need to do is you need to go to settings at the bottom. Do you see that? Click on settings. Once you click on settings, then this section will pop up. Go to the bottom section and go to labs. Do you see that labs new? Click on labs new. Labs new is basically where you have all the recent updates which are going to come. First thing here which you can see here is a new color picker for the funnel website. It's basically for the funnel and website builder. So we are going to enable it in case it's not yet enabled. So that's what we're going to do here. Now that's done. All right, let me quickly verify that. As you can see, it's going to be live in 5 days. So watching after 5 days, you shouldn't have to do it. Let's go back. Excuse me. Let's go back. Cool. Now we're all ready and set to get started. But there are two ways in order to access the brand boards. You see that brand boards with new. First thing is the marketing section, where as you can see, just above the automation and below the payments, we have the marketing section, and you have social planner, you have email templates, trigger links, affiliate manager, and then you have brand boards. There's one more way in order to access brand boards, which is go to settings, the same place, right? That we went, scroll down, and you'll have something called as brand boards at the bottom. You see that? There's two ways of accessing brand boards. Pretty interesting. Yeah. So as of now, as you can see, I do not have any brand boards, which basically means that I do not have any kind of fonts, logos, or color pre-selected so that I can use them in my email templates on my funnel website builder. But now I'm going to show you how to do that. First things first, you're going to click on new, right? As you can see, there are some templates kind of matter where you have all the branded colors there, but I'm going to start from blank one because I'm going to show you how you can do it for your own business. Let me click on that, and then let me click on continue. Awesome. So as you can see, this is the interface of the brand board, which is pretty interesting. I like it. It's very neat, clean, and understandable. So Go Highland did an amazing job on that. But now let's give you the understanding of the interface, right? First things first, you can change the name on the top, right? So I'll add it as PB Digital Brand Board 1, right? Now, on the left hand side, you can see the first thing is logos, then you have colors, then you have typography, and whatever you are selecting here is going to get reflected here and on the left. Now, support a files type for the logos basically, which are going to be images. So they support SVG, PNG, JPG, or even GIF. Max upload size is 10 MB. So make sure that 10 MB doesn't surpasses, which in most cases it won't. So many of you might have two kinds of logos, right? For example, a logo that is only the icon, a logo with the text on it. So I kind of have both. I prepared both for you guys so that I can give an example. So let's go ahead and let's upload both, right? So I do not have them handy, but I'm going to upload them right away. So let me upload that from my download list, right? As you can see, I have two options here. So I'm going to upload all of them. Awesome. So first I'm going to take this yellow and black, right? And then I'm also going to have this version of the logo, which is this one. Okay. So as you can see, the branding color is pretty much yellow and black, and that's what we are going to use. So the moment I upload everything on the left hand side of the logos, it kind of shows me the brand palette or the branding guide, right? Um, on the colors now, we're going to go on the colors, and now we can choose. As you can see, we can upload up to 10 colors are supported, right? The colors you save here will be quickly accessible in your color picker, which comes in handy, and you don't have to quickly choose and manually add all at the same time. At least two colors are required, which is what is the usual case. So no matter which business you have, you should have at least a brand color of at least two sets, right? I'm going to quickly show you as to how to extract this color in case you do not have a well-designed brand kit given by your logo designer or your brand strategist. I'm going to show you how to extract the colors. First things first, you're going to download a Chrome extension called as Color Pick Eyedrop. Then you're going to click on that, right? And this is what is going to help you out. But first, I'm going to go back here and then I'm going to click here. This is a Chrome extension, guys, so it will be in your Chrome browser. First thing is going to be, of course, black. It's a pure black in nature, so I'm just going to add it there, right? And you can also name it. So I will name it Funky Black. Cool. Then I'm going to add the yellow color. It's kind of a yellow ochre color, but you know, but for the general purpose, let's call it yellow. And then I'm going to add it called as Crazy Yellow. That's done, right? So that's how you can add with the hex color. So just in case you missed it, I dragged it, the color picker, I zoomed it in, I clicked on it, and it gave me a code. Do you see? That's called an hex code. You need to copy that hex code, close this one, go here. This is also called as the color picker. This is where basically you can pick the colors you need, and then you can add your hex code here and basically press enter, and it will get you the exact color that you need for your brand so that you don't get confused. All right. So we have literally everything here, but after the colors, we also have typography, which we can maintain here. So again, up to 5 fonts are supported. The fonts you save here will be quickly accessible in your font selector. At least one font is required. I normally suggest 2 fonts always. So first thing is I love Anton, so I'm going to add Anton. Well, I'm a funnel design guy. I'm a website design guy. So, font colors are easily accessible for me. Then I'm going to add Poppins. I probably also want to add Montserrat. I hope I'm pronouncing the name correct. But yeah, I got Anton, I got Poppins, I got Montserrat, all of them added. This is my brand guide, guys. Now I'm going to click on Save Board here. Awesome, brand board saved successfully, right? Let's go back. And here you have the PB Digital BB1, which is brand board 1 being added, and this is default in nature. What about if I have a second branding, right? Pritam, I have two different branding. I have two different businesses which I'm operating from the same sub account. I want two different branding. Let's get started on that one as well. So for that, we have to create another branding and the brand board basically. So let me just create from scratch again because for you guys, I've reserved another logo. So let me get that done as well. Same process, guys. Nothing fancy enough. So this is what we're going to get. Right, and then we are also going to have the other version of the logo, all of them added. We're going to go to the brand palette, which is the color palette here. We're going to pick the right set of colors here. So as you can see, we have 3 colors here, which is the light green, deep green, and this kind of a grayish green, I would say. I don't know about what to say about that. So, right, so as you can see, that's added. I would say light green. I'm going to go and pick the colors again, and this is going to be the darker green one. Sorry, I'm going to go to the color picker, add that, then it's done. I'm going to add it as dark green. Then I'm going to go and add the another color, which is the text color. Let's say gray green. Funky name, bad. Anyways, now go to text and let's add Arial or let's add Roboto. which is also a good font. Let's add Poppins again, and let's add, what do we add? What do we add? Let's add Ubuntu. Perfect. Let's save them both. Let's go back. Now hear me out, guys, right? We have, sorry, I forgot to change the naming of that, of the brand board. So it has to be PB Digital BB2, PB Digital BB2. Let's save it there. Uh, Perfectly saved. Let's go back. Okay. So now, as you can see here, right, we have PB Digital BB1, which is the brand board 1, and then we have the brand board 2. Now, 1 is set as default, which basically means that it's going to take up the fonts, the colors, and the logos of this particular brand guide. Okay. In case you want to change that to brand board 2, then you have to manually edit that and set it as default, right? So as you can see on the top, something there's a button called as set as default. That's exactly where you're going to click there, and it's now set as default. So now you can go back, and as you'll be able to see that PB Digital BB2 is now set as default, which is freaking amazing. Now, how the brand board works is very simple. The moment you upload and create this kind of brand boards, it's going to create a folder in your uh, media storage. And in the media storage, it's going to save all these logos for you, right? Just for example, if you click on media storage on the left hand side here, just below membership, right? As you will be able to see, there is a folder created automatically. You didn't have to create it. It got automatically created. And when you click on brand boards, you have the two brand boards which you created. These are custom designed brand boards which I just did. And if you click on BB1, you have all the logos and everything which was there. And if you go back and if you click on BB2, it will have the second brand kit or second logo kit which I just uploaded there, right? So that's pretty much done, right? So we are done with the brand kit part. Now I'm going to show you how to implement it inside your website builder, inside your email template. So let's go to the email template here. Let's click on templates. Awesome. So let's click on this BB demo template, which I just created for fun so that I can show you guys how to do it. It's pretty easy, by the way, right? So let's say this is a template, but you want to change it to your own logo. You're going to click on here, and then basically you select the logo, which is an image, and then you click on this pencil icon here. And then it basically takes you to that folder of brand boards. You click on that, you choose the brand board 1, and then you realize that this is not the right color. So you go back, and then you click on brand board 2. Sorry. And then you decide this is the right color, and then you have added the brand board, right? Apart from that, you can also make changes to the text. For example, if you see that if I select a text here, and then if I click on this drop down, I will have the brand fonts, which was not there earlier, but it got automatically created because I created the brand board, and it is now set to the brand board, specific brand board, right? So it's currently set to BB2. So it has Roboto, it has Poppin, it has Ubuntu. Let me click on Ubuntu, and that's exactly how Ubuntu appears, right? So that's also done. Let's say I want to change the color of this. So as I click on that, and then I want to change the color here, and then something pops up called as brand colors. I want to change it to green, and guess what, guys? I changed it to green. Isn't it interesting? Right? I want to change here, then I click here, and then I change here. Awesome, right? That's pretty much how you change colors for your particular brand kit in your email builder or email template builder. And just in case you want to change, for example, this was for the highlighting. In case you want to change the text color, you can just click on here and then click on here and you are done. That's basically how you change brand colors. And in case you want to go back and change it to a different brand color, which basically is the brand color 1, then you can change the logo here. As simple as that. Okay. That's pretty much how you change it in your email builder. Let's go back and let's see how to create and change inside the website builder or the funnel builder. For that, I already have a funnel which was pre-created. So I'm going to change and show you things on that. So let's click on this funnel. Let's open it up. This basically opens up the funnel builder or the website builder because it's the same thing. So it's going to work both ways. So make sure that you watch it as well. Awesome. So let's discover how to change color, text, and logos inside your funnel builder or website builder. The first things first, let's say you have a logo, or let's say you just have an image, right? And you want to add your brand colors, or let's say brand logo there. You click on the image, and then you have this folder which I just showed you earlier. And now you have both the brandings which you basically can choose. So let's say I want to choose PB2, and PB2 has this green color. I want to choose this green color, right? We just add that. Perfect. Let's get that done. So it's added there, right? One thing that you will realize, let's say I want to change the color text here, right? One thing that you realize is the background color is now disappeared. So it has now a new unique uh, brand kit, right? Which basically is the color picker. Earlier it was not there, but since if you remember that the first thing that we did is to go to the lab section and turn that on, right? But in 5 days it will default as on. So you'll have this kind of user interface by default in nature. So you don't have to do it after 5 days. So as you can see, it's the all these colors are added as default. So when you click on the color picker, right now you can add the colors as gray, right, as green, as the light green, right, which basically the color that you wanted, right? So that's pretty much how you can change the color, the text, and yeah, if you also click on the typography, right, you will have all the brand kits available there as well, right? So the best way to access the fonts will be, so let's say you already have some fonts. So if you see here the typography, I already laid out some fonts there, right? But let's say you want to change the font, so you can just go ahead, click here, and then you'll be able to see that Open Sans, Roboto, and all that, which basically is what I wanted, is already there upfront. So you can click on that, and that font will be there for me. So because that's what I pre-decided, right? So that's the easy part there. It's very quick and easy. So Robot Open Sans and all of that is now added, right? That's how it makes the life easier for you to add brand boards in your account. So make sure that you're adding your brand boards so that it gets easier and it's faster to build funnels, marketing emails, and your websites. I hope you liked the video, because in the next video, I'm going to come up with more case studies with funnels and websites. So make sure you stay tuned. And in case you're looking to uh, have a free consultation to discuss about your funnel and project requirements, feel free to reach out here by booking a consultation call with me for absolutely free. Thank you so much. I'll see you soon, guys. Take care.